The NBA playoffs is officially 1 month away, and there's a lot at stake. History's being written, legacies are being made, and dynasties are potentially forming. Will LeBron James add one more ring to his collection? Or maybe Steph Curry and the Warriors battle adversity and shock the world? Will SGA and the Thunder defy the odds and win it all despite being on one of the youngest teams in the NBA? Can Anthony Edwards take the next step by going on a deep playoff run and solidify himself as a superstar? Will Jason Tatum and the Celtics finally get it done? Can the duo of Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo work out? All of these questions will be answered in a matter of months. And so today we're going to try to answer all of those questions. We are going to be predicting the rest of the regular season for the NBA, and then also we're going to go through all of the playoff matchups. I did this video a month ago, and in the finals I had the Celtics beating the Clippers. Today we'll see if anything changes, but without further ado, I think it's time to start predicting the end of the regular season so we can see what my potential first round matchups are going to be. I guess the plan, I forgot about the plan. We got to do the plan too. Okay, so I just took basically like half an hour to finish out the rest of the regular season and predict who I think is going to win literally every single game that we have left. Now we have the final regular season standings, and we have the play-in, and the West is crazy because we got KD, Luka, Steph, and LeBron all in the play-in. A lot, like, there's going to be some big fan bases that go home early. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of big fan bases that get let down in the West. Now in the East, I feel like the East is more so like top heavy. Like a lot of these play-in teams don't really have a chance in the playoffs. Some of them maybe, like maybe the Pacers or the Sixers, but like Hawks, Bulls, some of them are fun. Like the Bulls are a fun team, but do they really have a chance going up against like the Celtics? No. Before we get into these predictions, I do want to say the Nuggets finished first in the Western Conference. The T-Wolves kind of fell a little bit. We kind of know it's going to be Nuggets, Thunder, T-Wolves. Maybe the Clippers jump up there, but it's kind of like a top three right now at least. And the Timberwolves are going to be without Cat for at least like a month. So I do think that's going to hurt them a little bit. So I think it's safe to say that the T-Wolves fall down to 3. And right now, I feel like the Nuggets are flipping a switch. They are like 6-0 in their last 6 games. I don't know. I just feel like they're flipping a switch. Whereas last season, they kind of calmed down at the end of the year, you know, getting ready for the postseason. Right now, they are in go mode, in my opinion. So I do think they will finish as the 1 seed. And then out East, obviously, we have the Celtics as the 1 seed. That's pretty clear. And then if I scroll down a little bit, hold on, let me go back so you guys can, okay, there you go. You can see on the right side, right above my face cam, Bucks are the 2 seed, which right now they're the 3 seed. So I have them hopping over the Cavs as the 3 seed. And I mean, you guys can see the rest if you want, but now let's get into these play-in predictions. We're starting out West with the 7-seeded Mavericks taking on the 8th-seeded Suns in the play-in. If whoever loses this has another chance, they get to play the winner of Warriors Lakers. And I'm going to go ahead and say the Mavs win this. This is going to be such a good game. Luka and Kyrie taking on KD and D Book. This is going to be such a good game. I mean, the whole play-in is going to be insane. If this is the play-in, which I think right now, if I check my phone, yeah, Suns are the 7 seed right now, Mavs 8, Lakers 9, Warriors 10. So, I mean, this play-in is going to be crazy. I'll go Mavs over them in Dallas. Give me Luka to go off for 40 or something, 40-point triple-double. Suns are still a chance though, because they're going to play the winner of Warriors Lakers. If you guys don't know, I'm a Warriors fan. I'm going to be as unbiased as possible. It's going to be in LA. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I'm going to be honest. I want the Warriors to win. Can they win this game? For sure. But how I'm going to do this, whoever's home, I'll give them the win, because let's just be honest, the NBA, they want to see the Lakers or the Warriors in the playoffs. One of them they want to see in the playoffs. And so whoever's home, I'm going to just give them the edge, because it's going to be tough for the away team to go into that atmosphere. And I mean, they've been there before. It could go either way, but the way I'm going to decide this is I'm just going to give it to the home team. Now out East, Pacers, Sixers, Joel Embiid should be back, but I did make a prediction that the 76ers are going to fall all the way from, what was it, the 3 or 4 seed that they were at earlier this year, and they would go all the way to the play-in and lose out in the play-in. So we'll see if that's going to happen. I will go with the Pacers. I like them with Miles Turner, Pascal. If Embiid is there, even if he is, I don't think he's going to be full strength playing, you know, 36 minutes and dropping 50. Like, I don't really think we're getting that Embiid just coming back from injury. Bulls, Hawks, I mean, Trae Young's out. I don't think the Hawks have much of a chance at all. Like, they're just somehow here because the East is just that weak, if we're being honest. And the Bulls, they can get it done with DeMar, Kobe White. That's a fun team. I'm definitely going to be excited to watch them in the playoffs. Suns, Lakers, out west. Lakers going into Phoenix again. Man, I don't know. The Lakers are gonna have to win 2 tough games in a row. But again, I just feel like the Lakers or the Warriors are going to be in the playoffs. With a lot of these playoff predictions, it's gonna be, you know, my gut feeling. Yeah, there's gonna be some science. There's gonna be some matchups. Oh, this team matches up well against this team. But I just feel it, bro. Lakers or Warriors are going to get in to the playoffs. Maybe not, but in this case, we were gonna have the Lakers upset the Suns in Phoenix. Out east, we have Sixers versus Bulls. Again, is Embiid back? We're not sure. My mindset is that he's gonna be back, but he's not gonna be that full strength of Embiid we were seeing earlier in the year, the MVP Embiid. Maxi's also been banged up with a concussion. And you know what? I will give it to the Sixers. I want to see the Bulls go on a little run here in the play-in and potentially get into the playoffs. But let's be honest, whoever wins this is going to play the Celtics. And I mean, it's going to get ugly. So now let's jump into our round 1 matchups. Okay, now the thing about the Western Conference is whoever does get that 1 seed or the 2 seed, you know you have a tough matchup. Like, you got the Warriors in the mix, the Lakers, the Suns potentially, maybe the Mavs. It's not going to be easy in the first round for pretty much any team out west. So yeah, they're fighting for like seeding at the, you know, end of the regular season, but how much does it matter? Yeah, it matters a little bit, but there's a lot of tough teams, especially that are going to be fighting for a spot in the play-in. Nuggets versus Lakers in round 1. Is this going to be the matchup that actually happens? That's what I think. Probably it won't be. I don't know. A lot of things would have to go, you know, I guess my way. It's not really my way, but in order for this to happen, you know what I mean? This is the Western Conference rematch from last year where the Nuggets swept the Lakers. How much has changed? Not too much. Not too much has changed between these teams. We're going to go Nuggets taking the first 2 games. I feel pretty good about that. Then it's like, do the Lakers fight back at home? I don't know. We're going to say, yeah, they get a game there, but then the Nuggets beat them in LA, and then it goes back to Denver. You know, season on the line for LeBron and AD. Can they get it done in Denver, which would make things interesting because then it would go back to LA, force a game 7 where things can go, you know, either way. I'm going to say the Nuggets win in 5. The Nuggets are just looking crazy right now. There's not many teams that I would say could beat them. The Lakers, I guess, could be one of them. I think the Lakers are going to be pretty scary in the playoffs. It's a big matchups things for the Lakers. If the Lakers draw the Thunder, that's interesting. Or if the Lakers draw even the Timberwolves and Cat is still banged up, that's interesting as well. But for the Lakers, you do not want to draw the Nuggets. I think even Lakers fans can agree with me on that. Now we have a very interesting and a very possible matchup, which is going to be the Clippers and Kings. This is a very likely matchup that we will see come April. It'll either be this or like Clippers versus Pelicans. So I'm going to say game 1, De'Aaron Fox goes off. He goes for 40 points or near 40 points and stuns the Clippers. And, you know, media, the NBA world's going to be going crazy over this game. You know, we're just going to have a little hot take, make things interesting. We're going to say that. Then we're going to say Clippers bounce back, win by like 20 in game 2. Then it goes to Sacramento. And we're going to say that the Clippers stay hot and get another win. Then the Kings even it up 2-2. Goes back to LA. Clippers go up 3-2. Then it's in Sacramento. Can the Clippers end the series on the road? No. I'm going to say this one goes game 7. Is this going to be our only 7-game series? We'll have to see. But I will give it to the Clippers. I like them a little bit more. Can it be the year that Paul George, Harden, you know, can get it done? Westbrook too. I know he's banged up. Kawhi's already, you know, won how many rings? 2 or 3 rings. But yeah, this series would be really good if it does go 7. I mean, even if it doesn't, it still should be a pretty good series. But next up, we got the 3-seeded Timberwolves taking on the 6-seeded Pelicans. The Pelicans are a team that I really don't love that much. Like, they just feel like they're a playoff team, but like, how far are they going? It doesn't feel like they're going to go very far. Maybe that's just me. Maybe they shock me. Maybe they go to the Western Conference Finals, but I will have the Timberwolves winning this series. How do I have them winning it? I'm not sure. Is it going to be in 4? Is it going to be in 7? Let's find out. We have game 1 in Minnesota. Again, Cat should be back. He has like a torn meniscus, but he's getting surgery. Somehow he's going to be back. I don't know. Very short, you know, recovery, but they're saying he's going to be back. So, you know, we'll go Timberwolves in games 1 and 2. Then it goes to New Orleans where, you know what, let's say that they take their home. Nah, Yeah, we'll have them get in their home games. We'll have them get in their home games. Then we'll go with Minnesota, and then Minnesota wins in 6 on the road to move on to the second round. Now we have, this is a good one. SGA versus Luka, 2-seeded Thunder taking on the 7-seeded Mavs. Now the thing about this series is the Mavs can win. Do I want to see the Mavs win? I think that'll be fun, because if they do win, Luka probably did some historical shit. You know what I'm saying? Luka probably averaged over 40 points per game in this series. He probably averaged a 40-point triple-double if they're going to win this. So that would be fun. The Thunder, and the thing about the Thunder, and I kind of feel the same way about like the Celtics out east, is they never get like too high or low. You know what I'm saying? They feel like one of those teams that's always just going to be solid. Whereas the Mavs, they're a team that I feel like if they're going to win the series, they got to be red hot all the time, pretty much. So it's going to be tough for them. Can they do it? They definitely can. We're going to say game 1, we're going to go Thunder. Then the Mavs get a win on the road. Then it goes to Dallas. The Thunder win the first one. Then we'll give it to the Mavs. Goes back to OKC. Thunder win it. Then it goes game 6 in Dallas. I'm going to give it to the Thunder in 6. Thunder are going to be moving on. Now we have our Eastern Conference first round matchups. And I'll try to go a little bit quicker because I don't want this video to be too long. Is Embiid going to be back for this matchup? Let's say he is. Let's say he is. But is he going to be MVP Embiid? I don't think so. He's still going to be pretty good. Is he going to get re-injured? Who knows? Regardless, we have the Celtics winning this matchup. And if you don't have the Celtics winning this matchup, then you have to be a Philadelphia fan, right? You got to be a Sixers fan, because I don't think anyone in their right mind is going to pick the Sixers unless Embiid comes back and is dropping 50 first games back and he's looking insane and unstoppable. I mean, even then, like, I still think I'd go Celtics. So do we go with a sweep? Do we go with a sweep? Is Maxey going to be healthy? He should be. I mean, he's banged up right now. We could give him a little gentleman's sweep. You know what I'm saying? Give him a game. But, I mean, the Celtics are going to win this. Ooh, Knicks versus Heat. Going to be interesting. Again, this is another series. Health matters. Is Randall going to be back? Because we're not sure. OG's been banged up. I think he'll be back, but Randall, we're not sure. Okay, I have no clue who I'm gonna have winning the series. I'm gonna go game by game and try to imagine it in my head. Now, what I do know though, it's like the only thing I know, is if it goes Heat game 6 and the Heat have 3-1s already going into game 6, I think they win at home. If it goes game 7 to the Garden, I think the Knicks win. So that is what I do know right now. Game 1, again, last year the Heat were winning every single round 1, or not round 1, but game 1 on the road. They were the 8th seed and they kept stunning everybody, I think, up until the finals. So we got Heat, Knicks, game 1. I think the Knicks win it. I'm gonna say the Knicks go up 2-0. No. Yeah, we're gonna go Knicks 2-0. They start out hot in the playoffs. Then we go to Miami and we're gonna say the Knicks go up 3-0. It's getting a little crazy. But then the Heat get a win. Heat get another win. Momentum is starting to shift. Actually, do I want to give him that game 5 win? Yeah, I'll give him in the Garden. That's the pivotal matchup, because the Knicks could end it here, or we could go on to game 6, 7. I'm going to say the Heat make it really interesting and apply pressure, momentum shift back to the Garden for game 7. Heat winning 3 straight, but the Knicks win it in 7. This series is going to be really good if it does happen. Then we have Cavs and Magic. Cavs Magic, I think, would be a pretty good series. Although when it comes to like NBA media, the Magic don't get a lot of attention. Paolo hasn't gotten a lot of attention for what he's done this season. And what is it, like his 2nd or 3rd season? And he's doing crazy things with the Magic, leading them. I think right now they might be the 4 seed. I don't know. It's a close pack. They're always changing seeds. But let's start off game 1. We're gonna go Cavs. Game 2, we're gonna go Cavs. The Magic are young, so this is one of those like playoff runs for them where it's like, all right, they're getting their foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? They're probably not gonna win or go far. If they do, that would be crazy. But you know, we'll say Cavs in 5. I don't think the Magic are necessarily ready for, you know, a deep playoff run, but you know, it is good that we've seen this progress from, you know, Paolo and Franz and them. So next up, we have Bucks and Pacers. This is the series that everyone's going to have, you know, marked on their schedule or whatever. Whenever the games are, everyone's going to be tuning, because this right here, I mean, it's probably going to be the best. I mean, I would be hyped to see Lakers Nuggets, and also like Mavs Thunder I think would be really good, but Pacers Bucks is the one. Y'all know this is like a rivalry this year, and the Pacers have been pretty good in this rivalry. Now I'm a believer that the Pacers, I don't know even if it's a belief thing or if it's just the fact that the Pacers started out red hot, then you know Halliburton got hurt. I think the Pacers are really not the same team that they used to be when they were beating up on the Bucks, when they were in the in-season tournament. I don't think they're exactly that team. Now they also have added in Pascal Siakam. I do think this is going to be a very good series. We'll go Bucks to take game 1, then Pacers take game 2, then Bucks take game 3. Game 4 in Indy. We'll go Pacers 2-2. Bucks win game 5. Now it's game 6. We'll go Indy, and I'm gonna go Bucks in game 7. So it is gonna be a really good series, but I do think the Bucks win it, whether it's in 5, 6, 7. I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I do think the Bucks win it. I think the duo of Dame and Giannis is just going to be crazy. It is going to be a big thing to see. Is Chris Middleton going to be healthy? The dude is always banged up. Brook Lopez having a crazy year. The Bucks are a little bit too much. I know the Pacers beat up on them earlier this year, but I'm going to go with the Bucks to move on. Now we have the conference semifinals, and we have a very tough matchup right here. Clippers versus Nuggets. I think if the Clippers are to somehow be in this matchup down here, the 3-2, if they could somehow get the 3 seed, the Clippers could potentially move on to the Western Conference Finals. But this is not a great matchup for the Clippers. You know, in my last video I did of this, we had the Clippers going to the finals against the Celtics and losing. Do I have that happening again? Let's see. We're gonna start off with the Nuggets winning game 1. Game 2, can the Clippers fight back in Denver? We're gonna say no, they can't. Then it goes to LA. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't know why, but I don't like this matchup for the Clippers at all. If you're another team and you look at your schedule and see the Nuggets, you're not gonna like that. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll make it a little interesting, but I don't know, bro. I think the Nuggets win in 5. If this matchup happens, I think the Nuggets win in 5. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my prediction. I think the Nuggets are just so good offensively with Jamal Murray, and obviously health matters because Jamal Murray does have a little history of being injured. Jamal Murray, Jokic just making the right play all the time. MPJ just not passing, just shooting every shot that he gets. Aaron Gordon out of the dunker spot is insane. KCP is 3-and-D game. Aaron Gordon's defense. I mean, this team is so complete. It's almost a perfect team. Like, they don't have stars at every position, but they have like elite level role players, and it just fits the system so perfectly around Jokic. Like, it's just so crazy, bro. Thunder, Timberwolves, again, how healthy is Cat going to be? That matters. Now we have Thunder versus Timberwolves. This series would be crazy. Who do y'all have winning this series if it does happen? Thunder, Timberwolves. Game 1 in OKC. We're going to give it to the Thunder. Game 2, we are going to give that also to the Thunder. Then it goes to Minnesota, and we are going to go with the Timberwolves. Then game 4, we are going to say the Thunder win 1. Timberwolves get a win on the road, goes back to Minnesota, and it goes game 7 winner to play the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. SGA goes off for 35. This would also be a huge moment for Ant because everyone always hypes up Ant. They want him to be the next MJ. If Ant can have an iconic performance against the Thunder in game 7, it's a good spot for it. Does it happen? I don't know. Maybe he goes off, but I'm going to say the Thunder get it done. I just like them a little bit more. I just like how they have so many like 3-and-D players. Like, there's a lot of teams with some liabilities, right? SGA is insane offensively, insane defensively. Jalen Williams, same thing. Same thing with Chet. You also got Lou Dort, who plays great defense. Josh Giddey is the one question mark, but they could also just swap Josh Giddey out if teams start disrespecting him and it's not working, and put in someone like Isaiah Joe, who's knocked down. You know what I'm saying? Then you can't leave him open. I know some teams are going to possibly just leave Josh Giddey wide open. That's what some teams have done to try and stop Shea. But I don't know. I think the Thunder, they're in a good spot right now, and the Timberwolves again are banged up with Cat's injury right now, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Celtics, Knicks. Now, to me at least, I'm from New York. I'm not a Knicks fan, but this feels like if it was to happen for some reason, everyone would be rooting for the Knicks. Am I the only one feeling that, or maybe that's just because I'm from New York? But this is gonna be an interesting series. It almost kind of feels like David versus Goliath. Like, it really feels like the Celtics should win this series, right? Like, it's going to be really tough for the Knicks to do it. Can they do it? Maybe. I don't know. I want to say no, but I guess there's always a chance. Celtics are going to win game 1 in Boston. And you know what? Let's say that the Knicks win game 2. Brunson goes for 40. Has a crazy game. Now it's back in the Garden. Ooh, I almost want to put the Knicks up 2-1. Is that crazy? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And the NBA world's going to be freaking out. They're going to be like, holy shit. Can the Knicks do it? Celtics come back with 3 straight, end it in the Garden. Celtics win in 6 over the Knicks. Now we have a very interesting one. We got the Bucks and the Cavs. 2 reasons this series is kind of hard to predict, and it's kind of interesting because we have the Bucks as the 2 seed in my little simulation here, whereas right now the Cavs are the 2 seed. They are very banged up. Mitchell's out right now. Strus is out. Mobley's out. The second thing is Mobley. He does not look good. He has a bad ankle injury. I think he's projected to come back in like 2 weeks. Is that going to happen though? I don't know. It looked pretty bad. So Mobley is a big factor to this Cavs team. It's hard to predict because this series would be happening what, end of May? That's in like 2.5 months. So health matters. So we're just gonna have to say that Mobley's back for the series. We're gonna have to say Mobley's back. Bucks got the 2 seed. I'm gonna say game 1, Donovan Mitchell goes off for 40 and the Cavs take game 1. Bucks take game 2. Also, I do want to say I kind of have this I don't know how to say it, this unrealistic belief in the Bucks and Damian Lillard, when if we just face the facts, Lillard has not been great this year. He hasn't been, but I just have this trust in him for some reason, and maybe it's wrong, maybe I shouldn't, but I do. And so I'm gonna try and fight that trust, not buy into it in this series, because if I did, I would just be thinking Giannis, Dame, they got Brook Lopez, a depoy caliber player. He can also shoot. Malik Beasley solid. I would have the Bucks winning this, but we're not going to do that. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. But we're going to go to game 3 in Cleveland. We're going to say the Bucks win it. Then it goes Cleveland in game 4 to game 5, 2-2 series in Milwaukee. Bucks win, goes game 7. And who do we want to win in game 7? And it's my trust in Dame and this team, and I really want to click Bucks. But I think if I really was to think of it, if the Cavs are healthy, we're going Cavs. We are going Cavs to the Eastern Conference Final. Sub if you guys are still watching. We're on the road to 2K subs. I know a lot of you aren't subs, so I figured I would say it. Also turn on post notifications. Now we got the conference finals, and we got a crazy one out west. At least to me, this is a crazy one. I know people want to see Curry, they want to see LeBron, they want to see KD, Luka, all these guys, but this series right here would be crazy. In the last 3 matchups, the Thunder have beat the Nuggets, and then at the beginning of the year, the Nuggets got a win. So the Thunder are up 3-1 this season. However, I do think, like I said before, the Nuggets are flipping a switch right now, and they're getting in that postseason mode early, and I just kind of get the vibe that Jokic is like Thanos, bro. He's gonna win another MVP. He's gonna have 3 of them. Should probably have 4 straight MVPs. And the Nuggets are gonna be very tough to beat. Can the Thunder do it? They can. They can do it. Also, keep in mind, in the last series, we had the Thunder going to game 7, whereas the Nuggets only had to play 5. So the Nuggets also coming off a little bit of extra rest. So we're gonna say that they win game 1. Game 2, we're gonna say the Nuggets also win that. Then we're going to go to game 3 where the Thunder are going to be at home and they are going to get a win. And then we're going to go to game 4 where I'm going to go the Nuggets. I'm going to go the Nuggets. Thunder get a win on the road. Do the Thunder force game 7? No, they don't. Nuggets win in 6 on the road. If healthy, I think the Cavs can put up a fight against the Celtics. I know everyone sees the Celtics as like the kind of this lock to go to the finals and no one can touch them. If the Cavs are healthy, Jared Allen's there. Mobley's there. Garland, Mitchell, Strus, Karis LeVert off the bench. You know what I'm saying? This is a team that can put up a fight. It just matters if they're hot at the right time, and you know, if they go ice cold. If, you know, I mean, if any team goes ice cold, you're done. But this team, they can do it. They can really do it. We're gonna say game 1 in Boston, the Celtics win. Game 2, do the Cavs win it? You know what? Yeah, we're going to say the Cavs win. Then it goes to Cleveland, but it doesn't matter because the Celtics are going to win 2 straight. Then the Cavs get a win on the road. Do the Cavs force game 7? It's just so interesting because if a team forces a game 7, it can really go any way. It's just one game. You know what I'm saying? So do they do it though? Does Boston win 3 straight road games? I'm going to say Boston wins in 6, and unfortunately we don't get any game 7s in the conference finals, but that leads us to the inevitable finals matchup, Nuggets versus Celtics. Is it inevitable? It kind of feels like it. I know Kenny for real, or I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's his channel. Kenny Beecham dropped a video on this. Is this the inevitable finals matchup? After they played, what was it, like 3 nights ago? It kind of feels like it. It does, as everything is right now, health, all the teams. I mean, bro, the Nuggets really look just kind of inevitable. Like I'm saying, bro, Jokic, not to glaze him, but he's looking like Thanos, bro. If he wants to turn it on, he can flip a switch and bang, they're not losing to anybody. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. The Celtics, to me, it does feel like they can lose to some teams, but in the East, I don't know. It's going to be very tough, and maybe I'm foreshadowing my pick right here, but we are going to start off in Boston, and we're going to give the Celtics game 1 Nuggets to take game 2. Then we're going to say the Nuggets go up 3-1 again. I think once they get a better feel for the Celtics team in game 1, I think the Nuggets are a team that adjusts very well, and just Jokic is going to make all the right plays. Is it time for Tatum to, you know, take that next step and finally get a ring? He's been there so many times, well, to the finals once, but to the conference finals so many times. He's been on deep playoff runs pretty much every year of his career. Is this the season? Unfortunately, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. I'm going to say the Nuggets go ahead and win another one and go back to back after beating the Miami Heat last year. They take down the Celtics in 6 games, pretty much not even sweating. Well, they're gonna sweat, obviously, but a pretty easy postseason run because we have them beating the Lakers in round 1, 4-1, the Clippers in round 2, 4-1, then the Thunder 4-2, and the Celtics 4-2. They didn't go to any game 7s. This is my feel. I know everything is just set up so perfectly for the Celtics, and everyone's waiting for Tatum's time. When's he gonna get that ring? When's he gonna get that MVP? Maybe next year. I think maybe next year or the year after. I think Jokic is just in his prime right now, bro. Jokic might go down as a top 10 player ever. He probably will. I don't know. It's very tough to be a top 10 player ever, but what he's doing right now is so crazy, and I think we're just, you know what I'm saying, we're just in the middle of that. And everyone else, it's unfortunate for Tatum. It's unfortunate for SGA, Donovan Mitchell, you know, all these guys, Anthony Edwards, that want to get a ring and that are being talked about. But I just think it is Jokic's time right now, and he's going to go win a 2nd ring and get that 4th, not 4th, it should be 4th, but 3rd MVP. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I want to see what y'all are thinking. Who do you have winning it all? Is it the Nuggets like me, or is it the Celtics? I had the Celtics a month ago. A lot of people have the Celtics. Or do you guys have a sleeper team? Now, don't be biased. I hate when people are biased. I'm a Warriors fan. I had them losing in the play-in. Don't be biased. Or maybe if you're a Lakers fan and you think they're going to win it all, why don't you just comment another team? Comment, you know, I'm a Lakers fan, but if I had to pick another team, give me the Bucks. Let me know something like that in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Sub up if you guys have it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.